Defense wins premierships, they say, and Sunday night's grand finalists are the NRL's best defenders. Melbourne Storm and Sydney Roosters also finished with the best for and against differential among the 16 clubs. In a funny old year for world sport's most demonstrably even competition, 4 teams finished T1 on 34 points, 4 teams finished T5 on 32 points. Nevertheless, Roosters and Storm were still standouts, the testing material, and they're about to inflict 80 minutes of hurt upon one another. Close to the line, the Roosters will throw big, athletic bodies at Melbourne's defence. Blake Ferguson, Latrell Mitchell, Daniel Tupou, Joseph Manu, these people can really move, and scare the scales. Mitchell's been new Greg Inglis since he was a teen. His battle with Will Chambers on an edge will be fierce and lippy, as it was in Origin. Ferguson scored a try against Souths last week, in concert with Manu, which was a marvel of human movement. Twisting, bending, bashing about in a telephone box, chest facing the sky, he plunged the steed in over the line with his mighty right mitt. He runs 188 meters a game, many of them out of danger. He's even set to crack 5,000 meters for the season. Ferguson is quality, a weapon. The Chooks have them across the park. James Tedesco should be the Kangaroos' fullback. His quick hands cut pass for Tupou to score against Souths was quite brilliant. And in a tight-fisted match like that preliminary final, it took sporadic outbursts of brilliance to break the game open. You'd suggest the decider will be similar. But if the Roosters hold the ball, and they must do better than they did in the error-riddled final against Souths, they have the people to break any D-line. Yet breaching Melbourne's defensive dike is among the toughest assignments in rugby league. Theirs is a line filled with big, committed bodies who, like the Roosters, relish defending their patch. They get off on it. Coaches Craig Bellamy and Trent Robinson like players who'll hit and be hit. Who love that stuff. Tim Glasby, Felice Kaufusi, Joe Stimson and Dale Finucane will tackle until their shoulders bleed. Kenny and Jesse Bromwich are perfect Bellamy men, high-quality executors of simple, defined roles. And Nelson Asofa Solomona blocks out the moon. And now that Billy Slater may bash wingers into touch with his shoulder with apparent impunity, the Roosters will need all of their skill and guts and gumption to get the steed in across the stripe. The Chooks' big out, of course, is likely to be the superstar halfback, Cooper Cronk, whose severe injury to his rotator cuff, essentially the meat, muscles and tendons which make moving one's arm around the shoulder joint possible, should rule him out of Sunday's big one. No amount of ginseng enemas will help. Stranger things have happened, Slater's playing, for one. But unless Robinson is so rusted onto a game plan featuring his marquee 7 that he'd play Cronk with a right arm that hangs limp like a side of beef from a hook in a meat locker, Cronk will surely ride the pine. In his stead, another man with other skills. Could be Sean O'Sullivan, 20. Could be Ryan Matterson, 23. They'll play their own understated roles. Matterson's at utility, 5/8 to second role. He's played 59 first-grade games and 21 this year. O'Sullivan's played 1 game all up. 3 times in 2018 he sat on the bench and didn't get on. This time of year clubs pray for luck with injury. But they prepare otherwise. O'Sullivan and Matterson are far from mugs. But they're not Cooper Cronk. Minus Cronk, the inimitable Luke Keary will become the guiding force around the Roosters' ruck. Chick Friend will tackle, pass, kick and tackle again. They've named Mitch Aubusson in the number 7 and he's a beauty. Aubusson, a proper clubman, hard, respected and liked. But he's not Cooper Cronk, either. Cameron Smith is no longer best pals with Cronk according to smoke around campfires, and it will affect how Smith plays not a single jot. The greatest rake of his generation will plot and scheme and do what he's always done, deliver simple, perfect passes, at the optimum time. Heel roll grubbers, slow down. The Roosters play the ball with human movement befitting a judo blue belt, and play referees by playing referee. And he'll play until he's spent. He'll play until he's won. As will Slater. The man's movement out the back, at speed, his running lines and hands, an eye for a gap that hasn't formed yet is rugby league best practice. Study all the video, talk among your mates, consult all the shrinks, but there hasn't been a backline yet that's contained Storm when Slater's flying at ankles and his hot-footed mates are flying with him. Storm's backline, headed by the unpredictable and brilliant Cameron Munster bopping about, and supported by Slater and the super-speed men Suliasi Vunivalu and Josh Adokar, will take the power of stopping. And if the Roosters give these people too many chances, they will lose.